Live. Hello, America. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Incarceration to Incorporation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know where my host at, my co-host, A.B. Barnes. He's supposed to be here, but he evidently is stuck in traffic or has some emergency. So we're going to go on with the show. We had two guests on tonight. So I don't know where the other one is either, but I'm not going to wait on them because the show has to go on. So we got my very, very, very good friend on tonight, Sonnie Ellis. And Mr. Ellis will be telling us about himself. He'll be giving us all the things, talking about all the great things that and we'll proceed from there. I usually have some help in the studio tonight, but my producers are away doing some things. And so I'm trying to make sure. Okay, there we go. I can't even put that one on because it'll cover that. Okay, so Sonnie, tell us who Sonnie Ellis is.
Oh man, born and raised in Washington D.C. Young guy, man, young kid. He grew up motherless. Father raised me and uh, came in through hard times or rough neighborhoods throughout the '60s and '70s and '80s. Man, and saw a lot, wanted more than what I was able to get at times, and stumbled and fell forward. But the main thing is I kept falling forward. So just somebody who wants to make a difference in life, man. Always trying to help somebody, man, and trying to improve life and trying to improve my family and business.
Okay, so you got some great things going on in Atlanta now with a couple of projects.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about hearing about the We Scan, and it sounds like it's a up and coming technology company.
Absolutely. For the last couple of years, I've been heavily researching artificial intelligence, things of that nature. The company, we've designed a robot that that for most businesses can be a mobile and global eye for the CEOs of the company or HR department. We have a robot that we've actually built that next time I come on the show, I'll show it to you and I'll bring some information forward for it. But it's a mechanical robot. It's a piece of artificial intelligence that I'm using right now in Hampton, Virginia, with the contract that I have. Whenever I want to speak to someone up there, I'll wake the robot up, and the robot is on wheels, so it'll move around the queue, and whoever I want to speak to, it'll go straight up to that person. It'll fire up a tablet, and that person will be able to see my face, and we'll talk about whatever it is I want to talk to them about, whatever my concerns is or their concerns is. And once I hang it up, it'll find itself back to a base and sit back on a charging base. Uh, so anyway, we were actually moving forward in creating more intelligence for it when COVID came along. Once COVID came along, it kind of messed things up as far as that's concerned. It's put that piece of equipment on the back shelf for now as we started working towards finding a way to helping society as far as from a protection. And what we did was we came up with a piece of equipment we call We Scan. That's sitting in front of me right now. It's this piece here. It comes in different models. And what it does is it checks your temperatures. One of the things that it does is it checks your temperature from 6 feet away. So the
Wow.
difference between having this in a workspace environment is that if someone has a temperature or is infected and they're walking up to you and you got that little gun in your hand, as you reach out, you're exposing yourself to that person. with this here, this thing will never get sick. When you come up to it, it'll do facial recognitions and things of that nature. But if I get in front of this machine here,
normal temperature.
It'll tell me my temperature. It'll tell me the time. It also comes with a printer, and it can tell me exactly what my temperature is, if it's safe to come into the facility. We mount these with striker locks, where if someone's infected or have a high temp, it won't even let them in the building. Right now we have a partnership with the Amazon cloud, so we're an AWS partner. We actually helped develop the first cloud in the CDC. So what we do now is we also store this information in the cloud for businesses to do what's called tracing. That's the new thing today. If I'm inside of a group, if I'm with Amy here and she's behind me and we're about to go to work and we're talking in a small facility and she goes in before me and there's nothing wrong with her. And then here I am coming along right behind her and I've been spending time with her. Well, what happens is if that machine turns red and sends HR and the owner of the company information on me along with my face and other data that we do store, then what'll happen is through trace, the company would know who else I've been around if I'm exposed. So it could reach out to Amy to tell Amy to go get checked out because she may have had some exposure to somebody that's infected or coming off with a skin temperature.
So it has facial recognition if the person is already in the database, or how does it? Because it wouldn't be an intrusion on anybody's privacy, would it be?
No. Okay. We're covered from HIPAA. We're covered from HIPAA through business. When you sign on a business as an employee, we're covered through HIPAA with this, you being an employee of that facility. Now, what we do is we assign a number and not a name. The only people that get that information is the HR department or the owner of that company. That's not shared with everyone else.
So for instance, if it's at a school and you have this at a school, it'll check the kids' temperatures as they come in.
Absolutely.
And then it'll know the kid because they're registered in the system.
Absolutely.
And it'll be in their file for what their temperature was every day. Okay, that's pretty cool. And so
we have it in the school systems now. Actually, we just put some in Tuscaloosa at one of the county jail houses. So now we put a unit outside of the intake unit. And what happens out there is as the sheriffs are bringing those inmates in, if one of them is running high temp, he don't even get inside the building. But here's the deal. Through our printed system, when you get the printout comes as a small badge, something about the size of an ID badge that's on a BOP inmate. And what happens is that's connected into the office. If I came in right now as a new inmate coming through intake, and once I'm scanned, my picture comes out on a small sticker inside the office. They take that sticker along with my temperature, the time that I came in, and whatever information that they would like to record on that data and stick it on my file. So if I was to move forward, and let's say I went from there, if I went from Tuscaloosa and they brought me as a holdover over here in Atlanta and my file come with me, they'll know before I even get there if I ran a temp before I even showed up.
That's a great piece of equipment there, man. I'm talking about that is awesome. I think all the school systems, especially with the way that I'm doing something tomorrow on my show, The Watchdogs. I'll probably talk about they're pressuring the school board to try to open the schools when the virus has gotten worse, and they're wanting to open the schools up, and I think that they should wait. So we're doing a special on that tomorrow, but that would be awesome to do the employees of the staff of the school system and the kids also, so that everybody can have that right then. I mean, it might take a little longer process, or if you got 2 or 3 entrances and you got 2 of these machines at each one of the door. doors, then
We
it'll be faster,
Well,
Yeah.
that's what's going on now. We are actually. I did a deal with a custom cabinetry plant here in Georgia, and they make 5,000, 7,000 cabinets a day, and they manufacture them for Home Depot. They manufacture for Lowe's, DR Horton, different developers as well. They got 600 employees. They got 4 entrances, and we got one at every entrance of it. And what I
Awesome.
was sharing is I've actually came up with, along with my partner, we came up with a finance program too for churches, and barbershops and things of that nature, because they want to keep operating as well. So we have different programs. This unit comes with a printer. It comes in 4 different styles. You can get it with a cabinet with the built-in printer. This right here is a desktop model. We got a freestanding model. We have different models that are that
The
are
one that'll go on the wall too, so all the person got to
absolutely,
do is go up to it, and then okay, yeah, that's awesome. That's
absolutely.
awesome. This is
We
one of the things that's going to be needed. This will be needed. I think it's going to be a game changer. You know,
absolutely. And
especially with COVID, not just with COVID.
yeah. Okay, so how many units we put down there? About 60. We just we just put between we just inked a deal with Chattahoochee. What is it called? Chattahoochee Valley Community College. We got about 80 units going in there. They're going to have them in every classroom, every wall going into the campus buildings, the libraries, and things of that nature. So we've been actually the product has actually been selling itself.
I can see why. It's a great product. Um,
Yeah,
are they expensive?
not at all, man. Like the price markup is right around between 32 and 3,800. It
Okay.
can go higher.
Okay.
It depends on what's needed. We cater to each business differently. It depends on what they need. We
Okay,
have
and then there's a service that is done from your company, or
absolutely.
is okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
We got a service that we do that we charge $49 a month. The first
Mhm.
year is free, and we have an office inside this building here. We got almost 4,000 square feet up in this building here, and we got an office with an IT department that monitors around the country all these units. We
Awesome.
also warranty these units, so a lot of times, and we tell people often that before we'll know if something wrong with that machine before they do. Not just that, from a protective device as far as protecting your interest, this thing also records. So we just had a situation. I got one in the VA hospital down here in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and one of the young employees there, saw it freestanding, walked up to it and smacked it. What he didn't know is when you come up to it, as you walk into it, it's already recorded. So we knew who that employee was and was able to let the VA know who that employee was so they can reimburse us for our equipment.
Wow, that's
Now,
great. That's
another thing that we push forward too, especially with companies that have 20 more employees, that with facial recognition, you can do away with your time clock. So if an employee saying, "Man, I came in, but I forgot to clock in," and things of that nature, when you walk up and you hit this machine before you go in, it'll tell you exactly what time you came and what time you left.
oh and that's great. That's you have to clock in. That,
Yeah,
especially
it's
if it's
very
recognizing your face. This is a great product. And it's needed. I'm talking about for security reasons,
yeah,
and timekeeping, for health reasons, for especially with the COVID situation now. And
exactly,
that's awesome. That is
exactly.
absolutely awesome. And people think that it's over once that you get in trouble and then you get back out and your life is through. Brother, you are a walking testament to what uh,
What can be done?
God has in store for all of us if we just walk down the right tracks. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, a debt is no longer a debt.
Yeah. Okay.
Once,
I'm gonna ask Amy to bring one of my IT guys in for a second. I want to show you some videos, some short 30-second videos
awesome,
of some of
awesome,
the things this thing could do.
awesome. I want to see those before we get into any other discussion later on. But you know, I tell people, you know, once paid, a debt is no longer a debt, and we don't owe anything to society because we paid our debts. And we're just showing that, you know, we can get out and do some great things. This company that you have is going to be a phenomenal company. You know, I'm just proud of you, brother. I
I
really am.
appreciate that.
And
Thank
anything that I can do we're going to share this, share it. We're, you know, a lot of our viewers come on and watch these shows afterwards, and then they share it afterwards. So it'll be shared to a lot of people, and a lot of people to see it, and maybe the right people to see it and want to put it in their company. You know, so
Absolutely.
yeah, it's awesome. I love this. Love it.
Absolutely.
Everybody that we can send that way, we're going to send that way.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man, because uh, me and Jabari Hayes, we talk all the time about how to give back and some of the ways of giving back. I'm actually starting a nonprofit organization. We're just actually jump starting it now, where I can help brothers that's coming home with clothing, get them dressed up, and I'm going to have some programs developed. I'm working on right now, so I can help them with resumes and job placements and things of that nature. So
That's awesome. That's what we need. And that's what this show is all about, trying to make sure that we can get that done so we can help some other people coming home and so they, you know, we can lower that recidivism rate if we all pitch in and do things, especially when you're doing good things. You and Jabari, both of y'all, they're doing things which are good. That's awesome. We're gonna see if we can get a demonstration. Get the video running there.
Scan?
Yeah, we scan videos. Do we have the newest one on there as well?
Yeah, I think that.
With the kids?
Huh?
The one with the school?
You shown this thing yet?
Yeah, no, just a couple of videos. We won't have time to show them
Okay.
the whole setup.
I mean,
Yeah, you can show them that one. Can they see it?
can you hear it?
Can you hear it?
I can hear, but I don't see anything yet. If you can put it on that other screen, that would be great. Okay, I can hold on. Let me put it on the screen.
How about now?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you hear it?
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Protecting public spaces is more important than ever.
Please use the detector frame. Please wear a mask. Please get close.
We scan temperature reading terminals are the solution.
Normal temperature.
We scan access to safe spaces.
Now, Julius, we can set our system up to check if you have a mask on, or we can actually set it up if your employees don't, or whoever's entering your facility don't have a mask or don't need to have a mask on.
Oh, that's great. Great.
Yeah.
Is there another video?
Yeah, let me pull up another one here for you.
And say, We got these in the court systems and school
Absolutely.
systems and everywhere already.
Yeah, that's the VA hospital here in Atlanta.
Normal temperature. Normal temperature. Normal temperature. Normal temperature. Please wear a mask. Normal temperature. Normal temperature.
Okay.
Sonny, that is awesome. You know why it's so awesome? Because they were able uh, to recognize a person through their without through their face mask, just through their this top of this part of their face.
Yeah, they what it is it recognizes whether you have a mask on or not. That's a part of the software that we can turn on and off. Some people don't. Some places still today they don't want to be scanned. I mean, they don't want their employees scanned or people that's coming to visit them because we put these on homes as well. We can put this on your house as well. And
Wow.
some people don't want their company or anything to have a mask on when they come. So we can turn that part of the software on and off it just hitting a button. Now the reason why we did it for houses, especially in some communities here like Buckhead and things of that nature, is because a lot of times nowadays with the way crime is going up and these kids are losing keys, you don't need a key anymore. Like now they can just walk up and we have ways that we can set this system up. When you walk up to your door and you show your face, then it'll let you in. So, like, let's take for instance, Julius, you're coming to Atlanta and I'm not home, but you beat me there, right? And you're my brother, man. We've been knowing each other for years, and I tell you, man, I'll be there in about 20 minutes, man. I tell you what, take a selfie of yourself right now and send me a selfie of yourself. You screenshot a selfie of yourself from my phone. I can load your selfie into my software via the cloud, and you can walk up to my house and it'll recognize you and unlock my door for you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a great system.
Yeah.
And I know people looking at this will want to tell other people about it because it really needs to be advertised and marketed to not just businesses but to homes also. I mean, you know, some people probably wouldn't be the regular wouldn't be able to afford it right now, at you know, but the more affluent people in those neighborhoods would be able to, and it's something that, and then the small businesses, you know, some small
Absolutely.
businesses, especially convenience stores and all, and
Absolutely. We own everything, you know, and because like, you know, like the difference in being an owner in this business and this with this company is we're creative for financing, you know, like, I mean, to keep it real all the way around the board, man, you know, like we're hustlers first, you know,
right,
but
right,
we
right,
understand the importance of making sure that we can get the product to market.
right.
You know,
Right. Yeah,
this is something.
I love it. As soon as we can get a couple of these projects off the ground here, I certainly want to see about one of the companies that we're about to do some big things with. Would not probably would want to be have some of these installed. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. This is
Absolutely.
awesome. I mean, everybody needs to know and see this product, and I'm serious. They need to know about
Absolutely.
this product. This is great. The school systems here, the police
Clubs.
departments, the clubs, especially if the clubs can,
Yes.
yeah, it'd be great for a person because that'll stop some of these super spreaders. The
Absolutely.
NFL games, the NBA games.
We're working on that now. We're actually in talks with the Seattle Seahawks. They have a new stadium, man. So we're actually in talks with them now about putting these units inside the NFL in suites. So we're
Awesome.
actually in talks with that right now.
That would be awesome, man. I am so happy for you. This is a great, great opportunity uh,
Absolutely.
to show the world this product. I am really proud of that. So go ahead.
No, I also have put this one in. Okay. We also developed another software that I'm super proud of, man. Uh, that's become quite of a passionate for me, especially. My partners have helped. Well, they've actually my partner have actually developed a software now for the court systems, and we just put it to market. We tested it here in Atlanta in 3 different courts, and now we just took it to market, and it's starting to move pretty well. And it's called iCourt. And the way the iCourt work is right now in most municipalities, people aren't going to court because of the COVID and things of that nature, which means that the cities aren't making any money. And normally the municipalities make their money from tickets, speeding tickets, you're not cleaning your property, things of that nature. So we developed a software that you can go to court from your phone. It's called iCourt. You can go to court from home. You won't even have to get out of your bed. And actually, I've sat in on a couple of court cases and seen that some people were quite comfortable that they're walking around before they realize they're in the court. They're in their boxers, or a female is on and her husband walked by, just got out of the shower. They just forget. But we got a software that we developed. Right now, a lot of courts are using Zoom. And the problem with Zoom is that when you go to court on Zoom, you're in court and you're sitting in the same pod with about 20 or 30 or 10 more people. But the problem is everybody's in there, everybody's on there, and you can see them. Well, we developed a system called iCourt where it's more personalized. If you had a ticket today and you had to go to court today, and I was a judge, you would go into a cache. You would sit in that cache until your time comes up. When your time comes up, the court clerk will tap a button, and only you, the prosecutor, the court clerk, the judge, and another facilitator is inside of the courtroom at the same time into your courtroom and hearing your case out. Now, at any given time, if I'm the judge and it's something you want to talk to your attorney about, you can say, "Excuse me, Your Honor, I need to speak with my attorney." And you can actually click a button on your phone and you will talk directly to your attorney. And me being the judge, the prosecutor, nobody else can hear or see exactly what you're saying. And vice versa.
Great.
If I'm the judge, I can click on to a prosecutor to tell you, hold on a second. And I can say, man, let's reduce this one. Actually, this isn't $100 ticket. This is a $50 ticket. You won't hear what I'm talking about. And then I can come back and click you back in. Now, what we heard was we got it right now in 3 different courts here in Atlanta. We got Hapeville, is that right? Yeah, Fayetteville and City of College Park. We got this system already working here in Atlanta today. And
I want you to introduce it here because I think it would be a great addition. I'm not calling any. I just know some people that probably want to look at it in the
absolutely.
Here in Savannah, not only with the court system, but with the WeScan with the other systems also. But the WeScan, I mean the iCourt is awesome. Also, man, those are 2 awesome products. You gotta.
Let me introduce you guys to iCourt. Let me show them an iCourt video.
The world has become digital. Video streaming, online conferences, and mobile applications are the world's #1 of communication. In-person hearing only is not enough for your court. With the current situation, people are not feeling safe to come to the court physically. Hence, hearing cases are backing up and are months behind schedule everywhere, as the court can only take a few cases per day. The need for digital transformation has been accelerated like never before. Introducing iCourt, the virtual court software. With more than 30 years of experience from judges, solicitors, and clerks who have worked with us, iCourt was created by and for your court staff. Being used in many courtrooms across the Atlanta metropolitan area and nearby counties, iCourt has been proven to bring down the numbers of backed-up cases. They are closing hundreds and hundreds of cases every day while protecting their court staff and clients' health. What are you waiting for? Request a demo today by visiting iCourtapp.com.
Here's one of the solicitors with the testimonial.
People would be getting citations from law enforcement because that would continue. People would still speed, they would still have no insurance, they would still have various infractions, but they couldn't come to court to address the citation. So they'd be given a court date, but we couldn't be here safely. I absolutely love iCourt for what I do here, essentially. It's just much easier with iCourt. You can send a message or you can call. And I find it very effective to be able to just hit a button and be able to speak directly with the person that I want to speak to, rather than having to type out a message, wait for a response, and communicate in that fashion. I think it has proven to be a way that we can get through calendars of the size that we dealt with pre-COVID in a way that is safe and doesn't subject anybody to any health risks. iCourt is very user-friendly in terms of the prompts are right there. The ability to communicate is very easy with the person with whom you're speaking, as well as with other members of the team. I don't feel that I'm isolated in any way, even though I can be sitting at home. I still feel very connected through the iCourt system. You don't have 15, 20, or an entire calendar of people listening to the conversation that I'm having with one person about their citation, which may be very private to them. So I'm able to handle those cases individually, much like they were in court when I would speak to people individually.
And that's our iCourt system, Julius.
You muted. He's muted.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I saw it just now. I put you on mute and me on mute because it was an echo, because you got devices on in there and you own another one. So it didn't start playing clearly. So listen, man, that is an awesome piece of equipment. We got some questions here from the audience. Say, does it use iris identification?
Are we talking about WeScan?
Yeah, the WeScan.
No, it's not an iris identification.
Okay, so it's not that. The iris is the pupils, right? Identification to do it. Okay. Somebody else said that's pretty dope. And iCourt is cutting edge technology. I suppose we will never go back to normal. And that's what we're planning for, in case we don't. We need to be able to say we have something in place that won't clog the courts up. And this is but listen, man, I'm telling you, what you have there is just awesome. Let me ask you this one question that I know people are probably wanting to know. Is this just out of one company, or is this franchised out? How does somebody else get involved? How does that work?
Okay, so iCourt is one company, right? And WeScan is a separate entity in itself. And with WeScan, what we did was we created a resellers model. So we're able to bring resellers on and work directly with resellers. Again, we own everything. So we can actually cater our resellers to give them a certain specific region that's just their region, you know. And we're not just talking here. Like I'm in talks right now with someone who's speaking with the consulate for the Virgin Islands, the American Virgin Islands. And I'd actually like to get to the British Virgin Islands too, but we can take this global, you know, like especially with the Brotherhood, you know, like that's how I got in contact with the Virgin Islands, is through someone in the Brotherhood, you know, that's from the islands that was over here, you know. So we're actually, that's our plan, is to take it globally. And we do have room for resellers. We do resellers.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because it seems like it's something that a great salesperson, and I guess that's probably what you could use as sales associates all across the this region, you know, and wherever else. That is great because I'm talking about serious. A person come and get trained on all of it, and then go and do their presentations. They can sell these things everywhere.
Let me tell you, Julius, the way we work, man, because we're so tight knit, and you know, again, man, you know, with a lot of our backgrounds, the way we work is, if you came in, if you came in as a reseller, and you were able to be a reseller for us, man, it's just a matter of you just opening your mouth when you go get your nails done, and saying, man, you know, like I know of a piece of equipment that'll probably be perfect in here. You know, how you guys are doing contact tracing? How you guys actually checking to see if these people have temperatures and things of that nature? You know, I would like to introduce you to someone, and we'll close it. We'll do the demonstrations for you until you learn the demonstrations. You know how to do the presentations. We do the presentations somewhat similar to what we're doing right now, except we'll do a full presentation for you. We will answer all questions for you, and you will get paid for just doing the meeting. So we make it quite simple, man. You know, and if I can do a thing, I can teach a thing. Correct?
Right.
So with that being said, that if you had a passion, you know, like you don't even need a passion, but I have a passion for what we do and the direction we're going in. So it's easy for me to talk about it. And as I talk about it, you know, like, and you're sitting there and you're watching us talk about it. And the more interested you get, and the more you hear it, the more easy it becomes for you to share that information as well.
This is awesome. I'm talking about really awesome. I'm very impressed. I'm talking about very impressed with this product. Very impressed. And we're gonna play this again later on. I'm gonna share it to everybody on this platform so that they can see it and tell somebody about it, because that's what it takes. Word of mouth marketing, and people seeing it and people to buy it, because this is an awesome piece of technology. It really is. I mean, I'm really impressed.
Thank you. And for the young lady that was asking about the iris, we right now on the ground level of this product. This thing could do so much more, and we've had meetings about iris. We spoke about iris to the judiciary system. We spoke about iris at a meeting we had just recently with a chief of police. So like it's actually something that is right up our alley, along with other features that we're going to bring forward. We're actually to show you how deep we are, and I'm talking that about brothers that's been through the system, you know, working with just humble brothers, man, that just got great minds on their shoulders. You know, we're actually working on a piece of equipment before COVID came along that a police officer can have on their body cam, that if they're walking past someone and that person has a weapon on them, it'll vibrate to let them know that that person has a weapon on them. So it'll give them a heads up before they get shot. So, I mean, like, we are definitely looking for 2020, 2026, 2030 visions You know,
Yeah.
where we can go with all these different things out here. It's so much that can be done and done right now because of COVID. I mean, a lot of us have a lot of time to, if we're home and we're working from home, we got enough time to start thinking about other opportunities and open our minds to other opportunities, you know, and other things that's out there. There's a lot of things out there for us. We just have to focus in and listen out for them.
So do you think that this piece of software has a can I wasn't listening real good, I guess. Can the iris system be put into this, incorporated in it?
We're researching that now.
Oh, okay.
We're actually researching
Because
that now.
that would be a great thing for the law enforcement, because once a person is booked into the county jail and their identification is logged into the system, and the only person that can have it is the police department, law enforcement, rather, DA's office, that type of stuff. Then say that person goes into a store, and the only way for them to get in is to do this identification, or for health reasons or whatever, and their identification is stored. It is taken through the system. It's like a DNA, cross DNA system, but only person that has access to that is the law enforcement. That would be a great tool. I'm talking about an awesome tool.
Actually, we are working right now with the state of Alabama on some things I really can't speak on that's going to change the way law enforcement, the way major corporations that have mass amount of people are able to monitor people. So I can't really speak on it now, but it's revolutionary, and it's coming from, you know, like it's coming from a small group of individuals that is just focused on changing the world.
Okay, that is awesome. I'm glad we I got another show that we're developing called Spotlight on Black Businesses. And we're gonna because what this is, this platform, not this particular show, but this platform is a Black media platform. Anybody can watch it. We got everybody watching, white, Black, anyway. We reach 25,000 viewers a month, and we just started. So I want to be able to get you on all our shows. Because I think that this is something that people need to see. They really need to see this. This is it. This is great. How is WeScan set up for residents? In the video, there's a freestanding tool in a medical facility. For a typical resident where access to the home is from the street, how would the device be affixed to the home?
It'll be something like the devices that they have already. It depends on where they live at. Right, but we mount it to the doors themselves, or we'll mount it to the side window of the door. There's different ways we can mount it. Depends on the home itself. Right here, 20 minutes from me, and I'm in Kennesaw right now, but in the Austell area, we got them in a few homes that's in gated communities, and they actually have them on their on the smaller windows, mounted to the smaller windows on the side of the door with a striker lock. Now, also, we're having conversations right now with a guy that lives on an island, and there's only 13 houses on that island. And when you come onto the island, they have a security gate. So at first they was interested in just changing their security gate. And what we did was we introduced WeScan to them and explained some of the things that WeScan can do and does. And so now they're interested in putting, instead of a pad there for you to make a buzzer and speak with them, they're actually in a position where they can see the face, and WeScan can lift that gate up or not. Not just that, the way we developed the software with this technology, we can put these on elevators. When you go in a hotel, some hotels you go into, you have to strike a card before you can hit certain floors.
Right.
Well, that's the same thing. We can do away with that and put facial recognition on there.
Wow.
So you can't get to that floor unless you have that facial recognition.
Man, the potential for this and the opportunities are just limitless. And
And like the young lady said that is a freestanding unit that is in the hospital.
mhm.
But we do mount. We definitely mount as well. Actually, let me tell you what we're going with our technology as far as we scan is concerned. For the limousine services, right? We have a Suburban in the back right now that we're working on. That we're going to mount this in the rear driver's side door window. It's going to have a swing on it. And when somebody rents a limousine and they pull up, before they get in the limousine, the driver can roll his window down and say to you, "Will you mind just facing this machine for a second? Want to make sure that you're clear to get into the vehicle." So the machine will slide around. You can see if it's a green light or red light, it'll slide back against the door, and they can open the doors to come in.
That
And the
is
reason why
awesome.
we're focusing on that too is not just for that person that's getting in the vehicle, but for those drivers. Because a lot of us, man, we're not the ones that's ridden these vehicles. We're the ones that have to drive these vehicles. So we want to be safe too. Like
Right.
we've heard stories about Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and some of the things that they've come to. So again, it's endless where we're going. We just hit the floor with it, and uh, it's just one piece of equipment that we really bring into the marketplace that we see so many other things that it can do to help society.
Okay, well, we got 10 minutes left, and I want to get some questions in for you for our audience, and
Absolutely.
they'll be able to see this again and go over it and tell everybody else about it. But one of them was, what gave you this entrepreneurial spirit that you have?
Uh, Father, grandfather, I grew up humbly. I say this. I grew up third generation hustler. So I watched my grandfather's spirit. My mom died. Me and Amy was just speaking about one of this earlier today. My mom passed when I was 2 years old. So my dad raised me all by himself. And at the times and in the area that we came up, man, he got it whatever way he could. So I was with him because he didn't trust me with babysitters or anything else. I was exposed to a lot of things at a very early age, and as I got older, and I'm seeing coming out of the nation's capital. At one time, it was called Chocolate City. Everybody around me, every store I went to, it wasn't a Chinese man. It was a regular guy that owns that store, or a regular lady that's frying chicken down the street. I've always been around entrepreneurs. I just didn't have an understanding how it worked, So over the years, I just kept having a yearn to do more and to be more, and that's where that spirit comes from.
Okay. Next question was, did you find it hard to raise the capital to start up?
Well, what happened is uh, I took a different approach. I pretty much bootstrapped my way into business once I came home, and what I mean by that is I also own a locksmith business, and I make car keys. My company makes car keys, and we're mobile, so we come to you and make the key right on the spot. And what I did was when I came home, uh, I took an interest in that business, and I was watching somebody that did that business was very successful with it. And I went home and figured out a way of introducing myself to this person and getting a few minutes of his time just to ask if he would take the time to mentor me. He wasn't interested at first. Uh, Older Jewish guy. He didn't have the time, and that didn't work. So what happened was I went back home, and me being me, I came back with a franchise model, and I brought that to his attention. And I'll be willing to do this. Everything comes with the price, man. Anything is willing to have is willing to work for.
Right.
And me understanding that, man. I made a commitment. I told him, I said, man, just getting out the halfway house, and I don't really have a lot going on. I'm really trying to get on my feet. I was willing because I had been down. I know what it's like, man, to go without. I'm living out of a locker, from where I come from. So
Right.
me having that understanding, man, I told him, like, I'll be willing to work for you for free for 2 or 3 months, man, just to learn this business, and it made sense to him, and actually that's the direction he was going in himself. He was like, do UCLA pay you to come to their school? Do the Howard University pay you to come to his school? And so I sacrificed, man. I think because I didn't have any capital in the beginning, I had to bootstrap it, man, and use what's called working capital till I built up. But a great thing happens when you do things like that. Not everybody looks at things the way I do, but great things happen. And what happens is you realize as you strive forward and you're giving your heart to something, you're not going to just leave it because you're invested into it. A lot of times, man, you can give a kid a car and he'll go out and wreck it because they don't have anything to it. Once you start investing into it, then other doors start opening. Like I wouldn't have met half the people I met when I first started out had I not given myself for free to work towards something that opened other doors and that got me in front of other people that I would have never met had I not took that approach.
Right. That is man, that is great. What's your biggest motivator?
My mentor at this time.
Your mentor.
I have to say my mentor. The reason why I say that is because, and he's sitting in the room. He's actually family. He's over in the corner now. I know that he took, and this is, and I'm not saying this because he's sitting here, but I watched him take a simple $25,000 investment, take $25,000 that he borrowed, and turn that $25,000 into millions. So every day that I come in and I see every time I see him, and we don't get to see each other daily anymore like we used to. When I first asked him to mentor us, or mentor me, I couldn't see him every day. But the more I see him and the more we talk, like he's that fuel. And then when I leave and go home in the evening times, man, it's the grandkids, man, and not just the grandkids, but just people around me, man. Like I got a burning desire to help others now because, again, man, like where we came from, it affected me. It truly affected me, man. Like coming home when I was in, I took a lot of time, man, to read books. I read over 700 books over those years, and I studied everything, man, from religion to self-help. I taught classes. I did everything there was to do because I wanted to come home and be a different person. So in me doing so, man, what motivated me was knowing that I couldn't take my family back through what they just came through. What motivates me, man, is to remember, man, what some people call hot trays was really cold trays. And, knowing the jokers are going to fight over a piece of chicken. Those things are motivating me, man. So, a young guy asked me this time last year, he was like, man, you probably need to slow down a little bit, old school. Why don't you slow down a little bit, man? Things coming together for you. And I turned and looked at him, and I was serious when I told him that I can't slow down because I never want my past to catch up with me. And that's a true statement.
That's correct. That is correct. We're trying to rectify some wrongs that we did in our life. I mean, once paid, the debt is no longer a debt, but it's still that we feel like we owe something to to society. I'm a community person. All I do, if it's a detriment to my community, I fight against it. Everybody knows that. This is what I do now. And so, it's the spirit that we have inside of us to do something because we went inside and we understand that that's not where we should have been. And but it's a lesson, and we're better because of it. It gave us a driving force to do something different with our intellect and with our passion, with our drive. We do different things now. What advice would you give to anyone just getting out?
To not be in a rush. That's the first thing, and understand, like where you just came from, man, was only the beginning. Now that you're in this world, man, it's not going to come in a hurry. You have to stay open for opportunity. You got to keep your mind open, and you got to stay tough skinned, man. You're going to get a bunch of no's, but eventually you'll get some yeses, and you have to be looking for opportunities. Like a lot of times, man, I've been around cats, man, that before they went away, they own towing companies. So they go back to the towing companies wanting to be an employee instead of being a boss. You was a boss before you made a mistake while you had that company. So, we have to all consider ourselves bosses. In order to consider yourself bosses, you have to start thinking like a boss.
Okay. I got one other question for you. Two questions before we go. What are your civic activities, mentoring, that type of things, real quick? We got about 3 minutes, so if you can give me something.
I just started a nonprofit organization. It's actually in the beginning stages right now. So we're putting that together, man. I want to help. Again, I want to help inmates that's coming home, man. I want to put some clothes in their back. I want to help them get some resumes together. I want to show them how to open up bank accounts, man. And I want to see if I can help them get a job in one way or another. So that's some of the things we do. We give away money in forms of scholarships to high school students as they get ready to go off to college. There's just so many different ways, man. We feed people. There's just an abundance of things that we do now.
Okay, and that's what it's all about, because we got to give back. We got to say, if we save one kid from going in, one, that makes a difference. The last question is, how do people get in touch with you? And you need to give out your website, social media, email. We need to make sure that you take this to another level, and we're going to do whatever we can on this end, especially like I told you with all the shows that we have. We're going to see if we can put you on them to talk about it, and we'll work out some other stuff that I'll be getting with you privately on. So yeah, give everybody your contact information.
Okay,
Business.
You can find me socially. You can find me on social media at Sonnie Ellis at Facebook.com. Only One Son, ONLEI 1 SON at Instagram. And I just sit down with some attorneys. I just dissolved the company with a partnership I had. So now I'm revamping the websites for the New Start, and I'm revamping some of the things that you were able to catch up with me through, as far as the websites and everything else. But if they stay tuned, I'll have everything that you're just asking for within the next couple of days.
Okay, that's awesome. I think we're gonna have you back on within the next month when AB get. I know last week was his birthday, and then he had a death in the family, so that's probably what he was still dealing with. But he didn't tell me. He didn't call and let me know. He might have sent me an email or text. I haven't checked because we were doing the show. But that is awesome, my brother. I will be getting with you forthwith, and we will talk and get some things done. Because I really am impressed with this product. I really am. It takes a lot to impress me, and that this product really impresses me. Absolutely. And it's about a networking situation within our communities that we need to all be a part of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So hats off to you and your team, Amy and your nephew there, and all. Your cousin, your nephew.
Yeah, cousin.
And your cousin. We'll get everybody on so y'all can do a little bit more talking next time. We'll probably have the whole panel on, so Absolutely. we can discuss things on one of the other shows, probably on my show, The Rabble, or either one of the other shows that we'll have you on, because you have some game-changing technology, and really proud of you, brother. I'll give you a call later on this week. Any parting words that you might want to give?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm here. I mean, like, if anybody reach out to me, I'm very easy to get in contact with. If I can help anybody in any type of way, just let me know, man. We're on a mission right now to change lives and to grow. Right now, we all need to grow. We just come through a very tough political time. We're dealing with diseases and things of that nature. So we all need to stick together and continue to grow. Let's continue to grow and build together.
All right. Sonnie Ellis, We Scan, I Court, y'all will be hearing about it real soon because I'm gonna blast it. And don't go anywhere, Sonnie. Talk with you in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't log off yet. We'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. To all my viewers, 12 o'clock noon for the Watchdogs. We got a special guest, I think, with Pastor Seals, so we can talk about the school reopenings and the coronavirus. So y'all stay tuned tomorrow at 12 noon. And this weekend, don't forget, we got the Voices in the Struggle with Anthony Maben and Reggie Hassan, 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock on Sunday before we start reprogramming everything again. 15 shows on this network right now. We have 20 before the end of March. Stay tuned. Sonnie, holler at you in a minute.
Okay.